Hello everyone and welcome to DevOps HQ. In this video we are going to see that how we can mount a file storage in a Windows machine. So let's get started. So let's go to our Cloud Console and first of all let's create a VM instance here. So name it as Windows instance. I will go with the US Central 1 region and then memory, just keep it as it is and change the boot disk. So select the Windows server and identity and scope. This looks fine, and then create this instance. So our Windows instance is getting created. Now let's create our file store. So just search for file store. So first of all we need to enable the Cloud Filestore API. So just click on enable here. So our API has been enabled. Now let's create a file store instance. So name it as file store and the instance type. So I will go with the regional. You can select as per your requirement, and reason US Central 1 because I have created my Windows instance in US Central 1, so I'm not changing this. Then VPC, I'm choosing default. So to connect a file store to any of your instances, like any of your compute instances, it didn't matter like it's a Linux instance or it's a Windows instance, whatever kind of instance it can be, it should have to be in the same network. So you just have to make sure one thing, that your file store and your compute engine instance should be in the same VPC network. That's it. And then protocol, we can go with the NFS version 3, and here we have to give a name for this. So I will name this as test and just click on create here. So our file storage is getting created. Meanwhile, let's connect with our Windows instance. So just search for compute and click here. So to connect with your Windows instance, if you are on a Windows machine, then just search for remote desktop connection and then enter this external public IP and just click here and click on set Windows password, and you are done with that. And you are able to connect with your Windows instance. But in case if you are a Linux or a Mac user, then you need an additional software to connect with your Windows instance. And that software name has been recently changed and it is now known as Microsoft Windows App Beta. So in order to connect with your instance, you require this software, which you can download it from the Microsoft website. And also I will paste this link into the description. So I have already downloaded it. So let's go to our Cloud Console and here just click on RDP and download this RDP file. And after downloading the RDP file, we need to set the Windows password. So here it will asking for the username. So I am giving as DevOps and then click on set here and go to your download folder and open this RDP file. So just open this file and it will ask for the username and password. So I will give it as DevOps and password. So for password, let's go to our console, copy it from here, then again go to the Windows app and paste your password here and click on continue. So now we are connected with our Windows instance, and now we have to mount our file store. So finally we are inside our Windows instance, and now we have to mount our file storage with this Windows instance such that we can access the file of our file store through this Windows instance. So close this window. So as file store is a network based file storage system, so we need the NFS client installed in our machine such that we will able to connect with our file store. And now to installing the NFS client on our Windows VM, we need to open the PowerShell. So open PowerShell in administrator mode. So just right click on this and click on more here and click on run as administrator. Click on yes here. And now we need to install the NFS client. So for installing the NFS client, we need to run some command. So this is the command which we have to run to install our NFS client. And after installing the NFS client, we need to create a user ID. We need to create an user ID such that that user ID will be used by our NFS client. And after that, we need to restart our NFS service, and then we have to mount our file storage. So let's first install the NFS client here. So just copy this command, paste it in the terminal and hit enter. So our NFS client has been installed, and now we have to create the user ID. So to configure the user IDs, just copy this command and paste it here and hit enter. So now we are done with the user IDs as well. And now we need to restart our NFS client. So let's restart it. And so we have restarted our NFS client. And now we have to mount our file store with our Windows instance. We need to use this command, that is netuse, and then we have to provide a drive letter. So make sure to use a drive letter which is not occupied in your Windows system. So you can go to you can open your file manager and you can see that what are the drives which you have. So as of now I have only C drive, that is C:, so rest all letters are available in my case. So please make sure to use any available drive letter, otherwise you will face some error. So close this window and now let's go to our file store, and here just click on this file store. So here we will get the mount point, that is this is our IP : and that is /test. So here we have to use /test. So now let's copy this command, paste it here. It didn't get copied, so it's got restarted. Let me type, that is netuse z:/, and then we need the IP of our instance. So that is let's copy this from here, paste it, and instead of /, we have to use \, and then hit enter. So it got mounted successfully. So now let's change to Z drive. So cd:/z. So we are now inside our file store, and let's create some file here. So notepad space test.txt, and it will open a notepad for us. So let's type message some like hello from DevOps HQ, and let's save this file. And close it. And now if we use dir, so here we can see that now we have a file inside our file store, and it was created around 3:39 AM, and this is the US Central One time. And then we have one more thing here, that is in case if you want to make it persistent. So what this flag will do basically is it will permanently mount the file storage to your compute instance, such that let's suppose if your system got restart, or let's suppose it got rebooted, so we don't have to mount our file store again to our instance. So for that we can use this flag, that is persistent : yes, to make it persistent. And in case if you want to remount or detach your file store from your compute instance, then you have to use the delete flag. So simply let's suppose let's go to the C drive again, and now let's suppose if I want to deattach our file store from this machine. So what we can do, we can use the command that is netuse. Then we have to define the drive, that is z:, and then \delete and hit enter. We have to use /, so change this to / and hit enter. So it will delete our, or basically detach our file store from our Windows instance. So that's how we can attach and deattach a file store with a Windows machine. And thank you so much for watching.